Are you new to Disney Cruise Line? Here's 10 tips that you're going to want to save for your upcoming trip. Tip number 1, Disney might confiscate your items. Now, hold up a minute. No, Disney isn't stealing from you. I mean, we all could agree that it definitely feels like Disney is taking our wallets right now, but I'm not talking about your money, I'm talking about your luggage. So when you board the ship, you will have to go through security, much like airport security, and they will check your bags beforehand. Now, in most cases, this should not be an issue, but there are certain items that Disney will be forced to confiscate and hold on to until you get back from your cruise. Most of these items they confiscate could be considered fire hazards, like curling irons or even heating pads. So don't be surprised if you get to your stateroom and see that your luggage has a tag on it indicating that one or multiple items was confiscated. Personally, just ahead of time, make sure to check the list of items that are allowed and not allowed to bring on the cruise. Tip number 2, using Disney's ground transportation will save you the hassle of having to select a boarding time when doing your online check-in, which can be pretty stressful as it is a race against the clock. So now you no longer need to worry about it when getting to port, as Disney will get you there right when boarding begins. And as a perk of using Disney transportation, you get to board basically as soon as you arrive. You can add Disney's ground transportation from your cruise account, or you can call this number on the screen to find out more. They can pick you up at multiple locations, including the airport and even most of the Disney resort hotels. Tip number 3, download the Disney Navigator app ahead of time. This app will be so important to have while on your cruise, as Wi-Fi can be pretty spotty in most cases, and in general, you're just gonna have to pay extra to use their Wi-Fi, whereas the Navigator app is free, and it allows you to connect with your whole party over text, see cruise schedules, along with a host of other fun features. So make sure to download this app before getting on your cruise. Speaking of text, tip number 4 is that Apple phone users are able to send text to other Apple users for free while in airplane mode. Which, speaking of, unless you're willing to pay Disney for their Wi-Fi service while cruising, make sure to turn your phone on airplane mode once you leave port, unless you want your cell service provider to send you a crazy bill. But yeah, free text between Apple phones is great. However, the Navigator app can do the same thing as well, but I just wanted to mention it here. Tip number 5, on the day you embark on your cruise, the ship is an open house. This means you can literally explore the ship without restrictions. So normally only kids are allowed in the kids clubs, like no duh. But on this day, you are allowed to go and check out these clubs, which is great for parents who want to see what their kiddos are going to be up to while they're on the cruise. Or if you just want to see what all the fuss is about and why the Oceaneers Club is amazing, then now is your chance. Also, if you're not a Concierge Club member, you can still go and hang out in the Concierge Lounge. And also don't forget that there are free tours of the spa. Tip number 6, register for cruise activities ahead of time. The worst thing that can happen is you get on the ship and your daughter gets so excited because she sees all the princesses doing a meet and greet, and so you hop in line only to be told by a cast member that this is a reservation-only event. There are definitely times when you can see Disney characters without a reservation, but just know that there are some events that require a reservation, and these do book out pretty fast. So make sure that once you do book your cruise and your cruise activities opens up, to register for any onboard activities ahead of time. This is also one of the benefits of booking your cruise months in advance, as the reservations like this, as well as specialty dining, tend to book up fast. Tip number 7, just because you dock somewhere doesn't mean you have to get off the ship. Let's say that your itinerary consists of you sailing to the Bahamas and docking at Nassau and then sailing to Disney's private island, Castaway Cay. Well, just because you've docked at Nassau doesn't mean that you have to get off the ship. Now, there can be a lot to see and explore, and maybe you do have a tour or an excursion on the island, but if you don't, now might be the best time to explore the ship, to get a massage at the spa, maybe to go watch a movie, experience the water slides without crazy crowds, or just take a well-deserved nap. This will be the time when the ship has the least amount of people on it, so maybe consider staying on the ship and seeing what all you can do. Trust me, Disney is going to offer a lot of fun activities on the ship, even when they're docked at certain locations. Tip number 8, got food allergies? No problem. Disney is by far one of the best companies to travel with, as they take food allergies very seriously. You can let Disney know of all of your allergies before your trip, but overall, anytime that you're eating or dining, you can request a food allergy menu or have a cast member take a personal food order for you. One of the reasons we love Disney cruises is the rotational dining, as your servers will stay with you every night that you eat at a new location. They get to know you personally and your food preferences, and they're already going to have your drink order ready for you when you sit down, just to make your dining experience that much more special. Tip number 9. Get the veranda. Just trust me on this one, you'll thank me later. I promise this isn't me trying to upsell you. I have had personal experience with inside staterooms, and if you're a person that gets claustrophobic or seasick easily, then an inside room might not be the best option for you. Now, what is great about most inside staterooms on a Disney cruise ship is they do have these animated portholes, which are basically HD screens designed to look like a window, giving you some sense of space. But again, if you get seasick easily or you hate small spaces, then just opt for the veranda. Like, get that balcony and some fresh air. Plus, this might just be a once-in-a-lifetime trip, and so why not splurge a little? All right, last but not least, tip number 10, need I say it, but make sure that you have a valid passport. If you're going out of the country, you need a valid passport. Now, in some situations, Disney will accept a birth certificate, but it must be an official certificate, not a copy. And in many cases, it's easier just to have a passport, as you may not feel comfortable bringing your official birth certificate out to sea. If you have little ones traveling with you, they will also need a passport. So the sooner you can get that out of the way, the better. Alright, so there are my 10 tips for first-time Disney cruisers. Let me know in the comments if any of these surprised you or if you think I left anything out. Let me know what you thought about your Disney Cruise Line experience and if you would travel with them again. Thanks for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give this video a like and make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. We not only love seeing new members, but we personally provide travel services through our travel agency, and we would love to connect with you and help you book and plan your next cruise. Hope to see you all out at sea. Until then, best wishes.